Hi everybody, I've just finished watching the final episode of the Netflix anime Edgerunners, and I have to say it really is excellent. I enjoyed it thoroughly, and you should go and start watching it immediately if you're a fan of the Cyberpunk 2077 video game. Now, you may well have seen the footage in this video before, it's because I've used it in another video where I was comparing screenshots from the anime series with the video game, but I thought it kind of fitted in with what I'm talking about here. So now let's take a step backwards and fill in a little bit more detail about why this series is so good. It's obviously based around the universe of Cyberpunk 2077, the video game and the board game, and we follow its two main characters, David and Lucy, through their adventures in and around Night City. And they're grappling with the challenges and, importantly, the choices they have to make if they want to be successful as mercenaries. And they work with a team of like-minded outlaws, and they all want to make their fortune in the most dangerous city on the planet. I think it's important to say that I think that Edgerunners would stand alone as a great TV show, even if it didn't link in with the Cyberpunk universe and the video game. The animation is good, and it gets better as the episode goes on. The music really is top notch, and I think the characters are believable and likable, and the story is very good, probably better than the story in the Cyberpunk video game. However, the fact that this anime also captures the look, feel, sounds and the atmosphere of the game will be an absolute delight for fans of Cyberpunk 2077. Edgerunners doesn't cross over with the same stories of V from the video game, but you will recognise and visit many locations from the game. And there's lots of little small touches as well, like the sounds of phone calls, the pedestrian crossings, and some of the characters from the game do make quick guest appearances. Also, I think that having finished Cyberpunk 2077 a couple of months before, I think that Edgerunners has helped me understand even more about the themes and subjects in the game. And also, more importantly, empathise and sympathise with what the characters in the game have to go through. And also, not the direct characters that you play or you interact with, but the people who live in and around Night City, what their life is like, the grind of living in this world, how terrible it is. I also think that if you watch Edgerunners and haven't yet played Cyberpunk 2077, I think if you feel inspired to do so, and I'm sure you will, I think you're going to have a magical experience to look forward to that obviously I can't have because I've played the video game. Because Cyberpunk 2077, if you're playing it on something like a PS5 or an Xbox Series S or an Xbox Series X, is a glorious looking game, or a high-end PC. And I think that when you first see the sights of Night City rendered in the cutting-edge gamers engine that CD Projekt Red have, it will take your breath away. And you'll visit and recognise those iconic locations from the anime. But in the game, you'll be able to take your time wandering around at your own pace, just soaking in the atmosphere of these places. Now, I've got to say that Edgerunners does start off fairly slow for the first 3 to 4 episodes. It's interesting, but if at that stage you're thinking, I'm not watching the rest, stick it out, because in episodes 5 to 10, the series really takes off in terms of plot, action, storyline, and especially the characters. You'll really start to understand their motivations and feel a lot of empathy for them. So, the Edgerunners anime is a superb TV series and an excellent addition to the Cyberpunk 2077 world, and I highly recommend it. Okay, that's enough from me. Hopefully you found that video useful. If you have it, like, if you want to see more of the same, press subscribe, and I will of course see you again soon.
Anything?